Hey, welcome back to that God Power channel. This is the channel where we're going to unlock the God Power land dormant on the inside of you. But first today, what we're going to do is look at the book of Genesis and keep on breaking it down. We are so close to the end. We are on chapter 48 because last time we did chapter 47. So chapter 48 is now, if we can remember in chapter 47, main character or one of the main characters like the Joseph's dad, Jacob, Israel, is sick and he's like kind of on his deathbed. So that's what we're about to pick up from right now. So one day, not long after this word came to Joseph, your father is failing rapidly. So Joseph went to go visit his father, and he took with him his two sons, Manesseh and Ephraim. Now, when Joseph arrived, Jacob was told, your son Joseph has come to see you. So Jacob gathered his strength and sat up in his bed. So he was like bedridden at this time. Like I told you, he's on his deathbed. He's like in not good shape. And this is Israel, y'all. This is Jacob, man. This is the guy we've been talking about the whole time. So he's coming to an end right here, right? So Jacob said to Joseph, God Almighty appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan and blessed me. He said to me, I will make you fruitful and I will multiply your descendants. I will make you a multitude of nations and I will give this land of Canaan to your descendants after you as an everlasting possession. So basically, this is the time when Jacob, because remember, Jacob, Israel, went to go work for Laban, right? Right, and that's where he met Rachel and Leah, right? That's his wives. Now, the fact of the matter is, when he was on the way there, if we can remember, he did have an experience with God at this exact place, Luz, that he's talking about right here. So that's what he's referencing right now. And so now I'm claiming as my own sons these two boys of yours, Ephraim and Manesseh, who were born here in the land of Egypt before I arrived. They will be my sons, just as Reuben and Simeon are. But any children born to you in the future will be your own, and they will inherit the land within the territories of their brothers, Ephraim and Manesseh. So basically, Jacob, Israel, is saying, hey, look, my grandkids right now, the ones that exist through you right here, these are going to be my sons. I'm going to treat them as my sons, meaning they're going to gain inheritance as my sons, right? And so they're going to gain the land because Joseph is already straight. The other guys are already straight. They got the land of Goshen, they got Egypt, but Canaan was the land that was promised to Israel or to Joseph when he was there. So that is the land that he's giving to his grandkids, Manesseh and Ephraim. So, long ago, as I was returning from Padam Aram, Rachel died in the land of Canaan. We were still on the way, some distance from Ephraim, that is Bethlehem. So, with great sorrow, I buried her there beside the road to Ephrath. Sorry, it's Ephrath. Ephrath is the word I'm trying to say. Then Jacob looked over at the two boys. Are these your sons, he asked? And Joseph said, yes. These are my two sons God has given me here in Egypt. And Jacob said, bring them here closer to me so I can bless them. And Jacob, Israel, was half blind because of his age and could hardly see. So, this is ironic. This is ironic because his dad, Isaac, was also the same way. Because that's how he tricked his dad. Remember when he was young, it was him, wasn't it Jacob and Esau as brothers? And then he tricked his papa Isaac because he couldn't see that good. Yep, with his mom's help. Now that happened, so it's ironic that his eyesight is also bad here. So he was blind because of his old age, he could hardly see. So Joseph brought the boys close to him, and Jacob kissed and embraced him. Then Jacob said to Joseph, I've never thought I would see your face again, but now God has let me see your children too. Joseph moved the two boys who were at their grandfather's knees, and he bowed with his face to the ground. And then he positioned the two boys in front of Jacob. With his right hand, he directed Ephraim towards Jacob's left hand, and with his left hand, he put Manasseh's at Jacob's right hand. But Jacob crossed his arms as he reached out to lay his hands on the boys' heads. So basically, Jacob was like this, when really Joseph lined them up to be like, okay, this is the right one, this is the left one. So this is the way I want you to bless them, right? But when he blessed them, for some reason, Israel blessed him like that. So he crossed his arms when he blessed them, right? And as he reached out to lay hands on the boy, he put his right hand on the head of Ephraim, though he was the younger boy, and his left hand on the head of Manesseh, though he was the firstborn. Then he blessed Joseph and said, may the God before whom my grandfather Abraham and my father Isaac walked, the God who has been my shepherd all my life to this very day, the angel who has redeemed me from all harm, may he bless these boys. May they preserve my name and the names of Abraham and Isaac, and may their descendants multiply greatly throughout the earth. But Joseph was upset when he saw that his father had placed his right hand on Ephraim and his left hand on Manesseh. Joseph lifted it to move from Ephraim's head to Manasseh's head. So he lifted Jacob's hand to try to move it like that. And he's like, no, my father, this one is the firstborn. Put your right hand on his head. But Jacob refused. He was like, I know, my son, I know. Manesseh will also become a great people, but his younger brother will become even greater, and his descendants will become a multitude of nations. Now, this is also ironic because in his childhood, he was the younger brother too. He was the lesser brother, and he received a lot. And same in his son, Joseph, so through Joseph's children is going the same route. So he blessed his children in accordance to the way they've always been living, or the way that they know. You know what I'm saying? It's not the firstborn, it's the secondborn that was doing the things, or the lesser. So Jacob blessed the boys that day with this blessing. The people of Israel will use your names when they give a blessing. They will say, may God make you as prosperous as Ephraim and Manesseh. In this way, Jacob put Ephraim ahead of Manesseh. Then Jacob said to Joseph, look, I'm about to die, but God will be with you and will take you back to Canaan, the land of your ancestors. And beyond what I have given you and your brothers, I'm giving you an extra portion of the land that I took from the Amorites with my sword and my bow. So Jacob is now realizing, Israel is now realizing that he is dying and admitting it through his mouth. He's like on his deathbed. He got a chance to finally see his grandchildren, and he blessed them, even though it's not the way that Joseph wanted them blessed. That's the way that Jacob did. It's the way that Israel did it. Now, when we hear the name Israel, by the way, that's the end of the chapter, right? When we hear the name Israel or Jacob is Israel. So I keep on saying Jacob because it's familiar, and I don't want people to get confused. But Jacob and Joseph is two confusing names too. But anyways, Jacob, Israel. Now, when we say that, there's this thing I've heard of, the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, if we look at each one of his sons, he had 12 sons, right? And that's the 12 tribes of Israel. That's it. It's just the earth populated through his sons, right? And he just took his son Joseph and took the grandkids and said, hey, may God make y'all way fruitful. And that's the end of chapter 48. So hopefully you learned something in chapter 48. We're getting very close to the end. Looks like Jacob is on his way out. Israel is on his way out. Let's see what's going to happen here. We only got 2 more chapters to figure that out. And then we're done with Genesis. So I hope you learned something. Hope you have a great, beautiful day. And I hope you join me next time. But most importantly, I just hope that you remember that you got that God power. On your heart, tugging on your... Get them.